Hello, I'm Elissa Sexton, realtor and passionate gardener. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy right now. It's a great time to start a garden, and I'd like to show you how I take out my fall garden and put in my new spring garden. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest the beautiful fall and winter veggies. This fennel right here is beautiful and ready to eat, and we've got some kale and some Brussels and a few herbs. So we're going to take those out and get the garden ready. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the soil ready for the new plants and the seeds. First, I'm going to go in rows and I'm going to till up and aerate the soil. The method that I use is called double digging, and I learned that when I was working with Green Corn Project. So let's get started. So double digging is a method where you go as deep into the soil as you can and you use the garden fork to do that. You take and you go about 12 inches down into the soil, or further if you can. It would be ideal and optimal to go 24 inches. As you can see, my soil is so soft, I'm able to get the entire fork down into the soil. And so that allows the soil to be aerated and allows for the roots to go further down. And as you can see, I'm working backwards so that I don't close those holes in front. And I continue to go all the way back so I don't close those holes. And then I start my next row and I do the same thing. Once you start aerating, do not step or put your hands into the garden, because then it will defeat the purpose of what you just did by mashing down the soil and not giving it that light, airy sense so that the roots have a really, really deep place to go down into. So as you can see, the bed has been tilled by the garden fork and it's ready to be cleaned up and smoothed over so it's nice and level. And that's what I'm going to do now. All right, so my garden bed is smoothed over. As you can see, I left two plants. They're herbs. They're just parsley. They won't last very much longer in the heat, but I'm going to leave them there because I'm still using them until they can't survive anymore. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add compost to my garden bed. This amends the soil. This actually gives it lots of really great nutrients, and it helps your plants survive and grow. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to smooth it over, and then I'm going to add my seeds and my plants. Make your life easy. Slit open your compost bags and put them in the place that you want them. I usually do them in the center so that I can just dump it, so I'm not like having to carry this bag all over my garden bed, and then I can spread it from the center. So today I'm planting some seeds and some starter plants, which we call starts. There's very few here. Usually I use a lot more, but it's been hard to find them. So I'm using seeds. If you can't find starter plants, you can order seeds and you can get an instant garden. They take a little bit longer to sprout, but you can wait about a week and you should get some sproutlings coming up. For spacing plants and seeds in your garden, with the starter plants, I usually use about a 12-inch space between them, and I do them in like a triangle or diamond shape, which allows them more room and I can pack things in a little bit tighter. As far as the seeds go, I typically do what they say on the back of the packet. They'll tell you, a quarter of an inch down, and the spacing in between is like 4 to 6 inches or whatever, or feet. You can always plant them a little bit more densely, and then you can pull them out and thin them, is what we call it. So, experiment, see what works for you. So So the plants that I'm putting in this garden are cucumbers, squash, I have peppers, and I have some arugula. In Austin, Texas, we can plant all season long, and our summer plants are going to consist of tomatoes, peppers, basil, squash, melons, arugula, and some different herbs as well. So that's what I have right now. Remember when you're planting things that some things are going to trail. Cucumbers, they have a vine, they trail. Melons, they vine out. I like to put them at the end of the bed or somewhere where they can do that and let them go a little bit wild. Or you can do a trellis too and put them on that so that they have something to grow up on. But just remember when you're doing your spacing to either tread through and do smallest to biggest on your plants so that they're getting enough sunlight. Thanks for watching. I would love to see what you're doing in your own garden. Please feel free to post videos and pictures below. Take care, friends, and stay safe.